Greetings and salutations, and thank you for returning to the MMA Alerts. Today we will begin with Jon Jones retaliating against the MMA community. From the moment that Jon Jones tore his pec, many were critical of the UFC for scheduling a bout between Stipe Miocic and Jones. Please hit the like button on the video before we go any further, it will much appreciate it. The fact that Jones has publicly stated his disinterest in a fight regardless of his victory on Saturday has not gone over well with fans, especially because Tom Aspinall is currently serving as the defending interim champion. Some fans still think Jones should have fought Alex Pereira instead of Tom Aspinall, even though Jones was willing to relinquish the heavyweight title to pursue that battle. Jones stated at Wednesday's Media Day appearance that he cannot avoid fighting the interim champion as their bout was never in the cards. Is a thrilling combatant. I understand that after 16 years we have finally met someone who is 30 pounds heavier and 7 years younger than me. So we finally met someone who could present me with a formidable challenge, and everyone is dying to witness it. But I just don't see the point. Even if I defeat him, he won't budge. Conquering Tom is identical to conquering Cyril Gane. He is currently trending and has the support of a whole nation. After I defeat him, what will happen to me? To me, it remains the same. As a result, I will not avoid Tom Aspinall. You can't arrange a fight that someone says no to was one of several comments made by members of the mixed martial arts community in response to the claim. According to someone else, he is evading Tom. Typically, after Tom wins the interim belt, the champion of that division faces off against him in their next bout. In this instance, though, Jones opted to go after Stipe instead of bringing his division together. Consequently, he avoided Tom. Dana White wanted the fight between Jones and Miocic to happen, according to one fan. His points about the UFC passing on the fight likely because Dana wanted it, and about how it won't add anything to his history apart from attracting new casual viewers who haven't seen his previous fights, are well taken. Nevertheless, as fellow sports enthusiasts, we should definitely fight him. LMAO. A large portion of the mixed martial arts community is eager to witness Jones face Tom Aspinall, despite the fact that he has stated his intention to relinquish the heavyweight title upon victory and his intention to remain in the sport following his bout with Stipe Miocic. Until further notice, he will serve as champion. It would be acceptable if, following Stipe, he doubled down on his retirement. By pledging to fight Poatan instead of Aspinall, Bobro has just made it clear that he is trying to avoid confrontation with the latter. However, not all hold this view. He makes a valid point. After Saturday night, give up the heavyweight title and fight Piedetta for the money and legacy. The plan is sound. Tom Aspinall posted a video on his YouTube account, John's a duck catchphrase, just before Saturday's bout to explain it, bringing attention to the fact that Jones refrained from engaging Francis Ngannou for 3 years instead. According to reports, Jones is determined to fight Alex Pereira no matter what the UFC says. If the UFC is against the Alex Pereira fight going forward, then it won't, and I'll simply go on with my life, he stated during his Media Day appearance. Which would you prefer, losing me or getting another super fight? At Wednesday's scrum, Jones voiced his support for the UFC's choice to employ the older glove design for Saturday's fights rather than the new ones. The ancient gloves are incredibly exciting to me. The replacement gloves were sent to me a few weeks ago. Upon trying them on, I initially felt they were too snug. I was previously able to wear an XL, but with the new glove, I had to switch to a 3XL. I was somewhat uneasy with the form, with the way your hands curled in that way. How was I going to make it through fight week with these gloves that I have no desire to train in? The thought was very stressful. Consequently, the last time I received a call. Every single person on this card is a veteran, Hunter said. So why not give a lot of seasoned players a fresh pair of gloves? We'll provide you with everything you're accustomed to. My coach Brandon was very relieved and embraced me. Like you, it was a huge weight off my shoulders. This week, Jones also broke in a pair of his old gloves, a task he did with a broad grin on his face. Unprepared to face Shavkat at UFC 310, Kamaru Usman let his feelings known. See what Usman said here. Honestly, I've given this fight a lot of thought, and I'm confident that I can win it. I mean, who among us can go out there and... While revealing the hidden aspects of a young, streaky, hungry man in Shavkat Rakhmonov, I can see his weaknesses and I want to take advantage of them when the moment is perfect. He's talented and excellent, but I can also tell where he's lacking. However, that time slot may be a bit too early for December 7th. After Michael Chandler's battle, Charles Oliveira announces his objectives. In a 5-round co-main event bout this coming Saturday in New York City, Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler will square off, giving Oliveira an opportunity to take a step toward reclaiming the... According to a translator, New Bronson told members of the media that he isn't seeking revenge for his losses to Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan. Rather, he is simply seeking to regain the title. A victory over Chandler would put New Bronson in the running to face the winner of that bout early next year. We want the championship because every fighter dreams of being a champion. Therefore, I will tell you that Arman and Islam are not what I am seeking. Please tell me who holds the title. I intend to be in the very front row whenever they engage in combat. I believe I won the first 2 rounds, but I think what needs to happen is that I need to be aggressive. I need to always be looking for the finish. Whoever has the belt, that's the person I want to fight. Oliveira discussed his split decision loss to Arman Tsarukyan at UFC 300 in a separate interview with TNT Sports this week. I can't let the judges decide. I was too relaxed waiting for the fight to come to me. I need to be more aggressive and explosive. I need to hunt down my opponent and finish the fight. With both fighters vying for UFC gold, Saturday night's fight is a must-win for them. Alright, fight fans, this year has been packed with exciting fights, and UFC 309 is sure to live up to expectations. If you want to get even closer to the action, our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook are offering a special deal. New customers who bet just $5 on DraftKings will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. Get in on the action with DraftKings same-game parlays, where you can combine multiple bets from the same fight or game for even bigger payouts. And if sports betting isn't available in your state yet, don't worry, you can still get in on the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot at winning cash prizes. All new customers that bet $5 instantly receive $200 in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using our promo code MMAZONE. The crowd is yours. Just so you know, new customers can bet $5 on anything and receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. Get the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly when they use the promo code MMAZONE. Nickal has been talking about a possible fight with Khamzat ever since he signed with the UFC. This is because both fighters are skilled grapplers, and the stylistic matchup between the two has fight fans and grappling enthusiasts salivating over the prospect of seeing them go head-to-head. The odds of a fight between Chimaev and Nickal, who is currently unranked and waiting for a title shot, are practically non-existent. However, Nickal has been quite vocal about wanting to take things slow, given that he has only been training and fighting for a few years. Nickal weighed in on Wednesday's media scrum regarding a possible bout between the two, and it is definitely drawing closer. I thought Khamzat had his best performance to date, knocking out a former champion in the first round. Based on that, I think he's in the running for the belt. As for me, I still have a long way to go, but I'm enjoying taking on unranked opponents. I look forward to fighting better fighters in the future. For now, though, my main goal is to improve, develop, and become better at fighting. We'll get there in due time. As is customary for wrestlers, Nickal and John Jones had a playful impromptu grappling session during fight week. Nickal then dropped Chael Sonnen's famous "I can't let you get close" line on the heavyweight champion. Conor McGregor addressed the situation in a direct message to the child who recorded the video, asking, "What did you do that for me?" "Come to me now," the child responded. "Lad, I didn't do anything." The video surfaced yesterday, and Conor McGregor is reportedly reacting to the video, which shows him and his fiancée engaging in an intimate encounter. Obviously, we can't show footage of this due to YouTube regulations. Conor allegedly confronted the child who recorded the video, and now direct messages from Conor addressing the situation are leaking out. "I came for a picture. Conor responded with an audio call that lasted 46 seconds, followed by a missed call from McGregor. It seems like Conor isn't letting this go. However, considering his recent court case and the legal ramifications, it might be wise for him to just let this one go. Someone close to the child posted on social media, claiming that Conor allegedly showed up at the child's house with 4 other men, but he wasn't there. What are your thoughts on this situation? Share them below. Umar Nurmagomedov responds to Aljamain Sterling for comments. Despite the fact that a large portion of fight fans want to see Merab Dvalishvili defend his belt against Umar Nurmagomedov, the machine believes he doesn't deserve it. It would appear that Aljamain Sterling shares this opinion and does not believe Umar is deserving of a shot at the crown at this time. The former champion essentially advised Nurmagomedov to stop writing about being Habib Nurmagomedov's cousin and start writing about himself during an interview with Ariel Helwani on this week's Ariel Helwani show. Umar retaliated to Sterling in 2 subsequent social media posts. The first included a facepalm emoji. You and your squad aren't confident in your ability to win this fight, and you're genuinely terrified that it might actually happen. If my presence here is solely motivated by my brother's name, then Merab will have an easy victory. Put up a fight and show them I'm an anomaly. Develop a fresh justification. Your cousin is the one thing that makes you worthwhile. An opponent with no ranking wins does not suddenly find a fight with a top contender on their schedule. Then, in response, Umar posted a photo of the banner that read Alexandra Pantojakai Asakura, implying that Asakura was offered a title fight even though he had never appeared in a UFC event before. After that, Sterling said to the unbeaten challenger, "I'm over it. The UFC should be the one to make this call. I am tired of people asking me this. I have my shortcomings. Do not consider me to be the problem you are experiencing. I base my opinion on facts." In his reaction, Umar hinted at some major news by saying, "I have questions about the facts, but we'll know soon. We may soon hear news regarding the ban and weight division from the UFC as they are nearing a decision." Even though Nickal has won twice in his career via knockout, his opponent cautioned him before UFC 309 that grappling is really his strong suit. Among American college wrestlers, Nickal has earned more medals than anyone else, and he knows it when he's in the octagon. But Paul Craig says it's not a good idea to fight him on Saturday night in the octagon. Wrestlers are actually helping Craig out when they put him on his back, Craig said in Wednesday's media scrum. Whatever the case may be, I intend to meet him at the Scottish golf course. Fortunately, it's a good thing that more people are paying attention to the sport. This is not your average wrestling match. It is the highest level of mixed martial arts as sanctioned by the Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC. I firmly believe that Nickal has never encountered an adversary with my level of hunger. 6 of Paul Craig's 9 victories in the UFC have been by submission, and he has a submission record of 13 matches overall. All 3 of the other victories came via technical or knockout means, but his submission that broke Jamal Hill's arm gave him the technical knockout victory, and his grappling gave him the technical knockout victory over Shogun Ha. If Craig could defeat Nickal with his famous guard, it would definitely be a big deal for the jiu-jitsu community. An MMA bout worth $7 million was offered to George St. Pierre, but he declined. As a result of losing streaks or depending too much on shields, many warriors decide to resign. George St. Pierre retired from boxing following his middleweight title loss to Michael Bisping. Ever since then, GSP has been happy in his dual roles as a karate teacher and paleontologist. Even said, Tyron Woodley asserts that St. Pierre received several $1 million to challenge him in a Middle Eastern bout last year. In an interview that was published before Jake Paul and Mike Tyson's fight this weekend, Woodley accused George St. Pierre of ignoring him. The conversation was conducted with plagemolly.com. Fighting me was never George St. Pierre's intention. George has been asked multiple times to fight me. I got a shot at competing against him both last year and the year before that. He declined the offer of a $5 to $7 million payout. My Middle Eastern investor was looking for a fight in mixed martial arts. He turned down $7 million. According to Woodley, he would have battered him to death. Jon Jones declined an interview with a Tom Aspinall supporter in the days leading up to UFC 309 out of concern that the focus would be only on Aspinall. Given that Woodley had fought once in the previous decade and that Aspinall hosts a series on TNT Sports called Fight Lab, it is not unexpected that GSP declined to fight with him in 2023. Whatever the case may be, Woodley seemed to be still displeased that the bout will never take place. I simply request that you either grant me the chance to speak with you or make it clear that you would prefer a private conversation, because I can already imagine the kind of questions that will be aimed at me given our close proximity.